Hello everybody, my name's Mandy and I'm the leader at Fylde Christian Service Church. But I'm not at church today, I'm at home. This is where I live. And I thought I'd read you a story from here. Let's see how it goes. Long ago, in a country called Egypt, there lived a girl named Miriam. She was 12 years old. Her hair was long and dark, and her face was gentle. She had a brother called Aaron. He was a good boy, and he helped his father with the work. Their mother had another child, a little boy. He was a happy baby. He laughed and smiled at them from his cradle. They all lived in a small, dark house near a great river called the Nile. It was warm during the day, but cold at night in that little house. And here they are, looking at the baby. Isn't that lovely? Not far away stood a great white palace. It was where the king lived. He was the ruler of Egypt, and he was a proud and cruel man. He wanted to be king of Egypt for as long as he lived. He didn't want anyone else to take his place. Miriam came from a good family, and her friends were good people. But the king didn't like them. He had a very cruel plan. He said that every baby boy had to be killed. Oh no. Doesn't seem very nice man, does he? Outside the big white palace marched the soldiers who guarded the king. They were hard and cruel like the king. When they heard what the king wanted, they said they would help him. They would go to the houses and take away every baby boy. They would throw them into the river. Miriam said, "What shall we do, Mother? I don't want the soldiers to find my little brother and take him away." "Don't be afraid, Miriam," said her mother. "I have a plan. Wait and see." So here are the soldiers, look. Really, very fierce looking soldiers, aren't they? And here's Miriam with her mother looking at their baby. Wonder what her plan is. Bet you know. As the baby was 3 months old, he was a strong child, and his crying was very loud. If any of you got a baby at home, you know that's the case. His mother was worried that one of the king's cruel soldiers would hear him. So she picked some bulrushes from behind the house. She made a basket, shaped like a cradle. On the outside, she spread black tar so that the water couldn't get in. And inside, she put a lovely soft cloth so that the baby would be all right. Here she is, making her basket. Oh, this sounds like a good plan. Then, very gently, she put the baby into the basket and called to Miriam, "Come with me and be very quiet. I want you to help me and do what I say." They crept down to the side of the river and looked for a good place to put the basket. It couldn't go where the water ran or it would float away. They hid the basket in a clump of bulrushes, and Miriam sat down beside it. Here we are. Here they are, looking for a place to hide the basket. "You must stay here," Miriam said her mother. "Watch the basket. This is just the place where the king's daughter comes to swim. She will find your brother here. She will take him to the palace, and if she does, then he will be safe." Miriam sat very still behind the bulrushes. She was afraid. Before long, she heard voices and girls laughing. The princess was walking along the path. A slave held a sunshade over her. Miriam held her breath. Her little brother had begun to cry, for he was hungry by that time. "What's that?" called the princess. "A basket is hidden here. Go and bring it to me." One of the servant girls paddled out into the water. She lifted up the basket and took it back to the princess. She lifted the lid. There was the poor baby, crying and kicking his legs. There she is, look. There's the princess. And there she is, and she's pointing over. She says, "I can see the basket there." And that's when they took it over and they realised that there was baby in the basket. The princess didn't know much about babies, but she picked him up and cuddled him, and soon he was quiet. "What a lovely child," she cried. "I would like to keep him." Miriam stood up and walked forward. "Do you need a nurse for your baby? I know someone who would be pleased to help you," she said. "Yes," said the princess, "I do need a nurse. Will you bring her to me?" There they are, look. There's Miriam talking to the princess. The princess is holding the baby. Miriam ran home and told her mother what had happened. They hurried back to where the princess was waiting. "You may take him away and look after him," said the princess to Miriam's mother. "I shall see that you are paid. When he's older, you must bring him back to me." So Miriam, the baby, and their mother went back to the dark little house. They lived there safely. When the baby was older, his mother took him to the palace. The princess loved the little boy, and she called him Moses. So, all of these pictures appear in the story. So, I wonder if you can work out what they are. Let's have a look, see if we can see. Who's this here, gathering bulrushes? And who's this here? That's the big sister. I wonder if you can remember her name. Oh, that was a good story, wasn't it? Moses grew up in the palace, and he didn't pretend, but they told him he was a prince. And he grew up as the princess's son. And then when he was older, he suddenly realised that he wasn't the princess's son. But that's for another day, another story. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve and this is Tess, and we're going to teach you a brand new kids action song. We really hope you enjoy it. It's got some great actions, it's really easy to learn, and it's a song that's called You Set My Heart Free. And it's about how Jesus sets us free to be happy and to love him and to praise him, and sets us free from anything we're frightened of. Great song. So we're going to teach you the actions. We're going to go through it line by line, and Tess will do the actions and you can copy her. So let's give that a go. The first line is, you set my heart free. You see that? Let's try that again. You set, pointing to God, my heart free. And then it says, the second line, I can sing a song of liberty. Liberty means freedom. Here's the third line, I run, there's you running, at your commands. That's the words of God that we read in the Bible. And the final word says, you have broke the chains that held me. Things like that we're afraid of, you got rid of them so we can be free to love him and enjoy life. And so let's try those actions again. You set my heart free. I can sing a song of liberty. Is that going well? Keep going. I run at your commands. You have broke the chains that held me. Fantastic, that's so good. Now we're going to set it to the music, just go through it once before we do it properly. Here we go, it goes, you set my heart free, I could sing a song of liberty, I run at your commands, you have broke the chains that held me, you set my heart free. That's brilliant. I could sing a song of liberty, I run at your commands, you have broke the chains. Watch for this one. That held me. You have to go right down to the ground. That held me. Then coming back up. That held me. Oh, that held me. Fantastic. That's good so far. Right, we're going to do the song properly now with the music, so I want you to get ready. You set my heart free, I could sing a song of liberty, I run at your commands, you have broke the chains that held me, you set my heart free. You're doing great. I could sing a song of liberty, I run at your commands, you have broke the chains. Get ready. That held me. We're going down. That held me. Right down to the ground. That held me. Coming back now. That held me. Let's do it again. You set my heart free. Well, I could sing a song of liberty. I run at your commands. You have broke the chains that held me. You set my heart free. You're doing great. I could sing a song of liberty. Well, I run at your commands. You have broke the chains. Down we go. That held me. Down we go. That held me. Coming back up. That held me. That held me. Wow, you are absolutely fantastic. That is brilliant. So good. But we're going to make it a little bit harder now. We're going to do the same song with the same actions, but we're going to do it faster. We're going to speed it up. So I want you to get ready. Loosen up again. Loosen those arms and legs. Get all loose. Get ready. And you're going to be doing this so fast. Just see if you can keep this song going. Okay, so get ready. Here we go. You set my heart free. I can sing a song of liberty. I run at your commands. You have broken the chains that held me. You set my heart free. Great. I can sing a song of liberty. Keep going. I run at your commands. You have broken the chains that held me. Down you go. That held me. Keep going. That held me. Back up. That held me. Fantastic. Give yourself a round of applause. You did so good. Well done.